been a while. It's been a couple of weeks since the last upload, so we are out in the 911. Obviously the last video was doing the front discs and pads on this car. Hopefully we've got the rears to do very shortly, along with some other stuff. But this video, I need to sort a couple of things out on the A3 because I have been neglecting it.
So we are on our way to get some paintbrushes.
Yeah, getting a paintbrush. Hey, I'll let you in on a little secret. This is how you put the window up in a 911. Good that, isn't it? So yeah, the window on the 911 is still something that I need to look into fixing. But the reason that we're on the way to get a paintbrush is that all these new discs that I've put on this car in the last video, the centres of them weren't painted and they've gone all rusty. So we're on our way to get a paintbrush, and at some point I'm going to need to hammer out them. Oh, you can do it actually. Do you want to do it?
Don't think so.
Oh. Well, that's that then. Nice. Pick on that. Tempted by that 3-pack, I can't lie to you. Is it a 5-pack? Sold. Right, we've got the paintbrushes. Show the paintbrushes. Mission complete. $2.99 for your absolute finest. They are just for hammerite something. So if you've ever used hammerite, you know that is the end of the paintbrush. So just get some cheap ones. And you're going to tell people about your up, aren't you?
Yeah.
Tell people the plans. People want to see the up.
Okay.
Is there going to be anything else?
Well, I do want to get an exhaust, and I do want to map it at some point. I do want to do a couple of more little like exterior mods. Quite fancy like a splitter and a diffuser, a rear diffuser. But quite frankly, at the minute,
short of cash.
I just don't have any money.
yeah, I know that feeling.
So I'm really sorry. Hang in there, there will be.
That's like this with money. Literally last weekend, 50 quid in tank, driven it less than 100 miles, fuel lights on. There we go. That's my fun for the month done now. So yeah, end of. Aren't we all short of cash? But it's coming, isn't it? We'll do something eventually. Just got to be patient.
It's not the end of it.
Smells like. Okay, so we're down here with the 911. Lauren has just turned up in the A3, and there's a few things that we're going to be doing to that today. The reason that we've been for paintbrushes, one is for that, but the second reason is, I don't know if you can see just in there how rusty the centre of these brakes has gone after I've done them last week. What do you reckon? So that needs painting, doesn't it? Yeah, not ideal. But yeah, so that needs painting, and we are going to have to sort that in a future video. And then hopefully we've got some rear discs and pads coming. We're going to go braided lines all around sooner or later with this, and then also a little brake caliper refurb. I've narrowed it down to either black or red on those. I think silver, and a couple of people actually said yellow are out the question. So yeah, black or red on those. Still to make my mind up on that. What do you reckon? You like red? We'll maybe go red. Somebody did actually send me a picture of one of these with red calipers, and it did look sick. But back to the A3. In fact, before we get onto the A3, what's new here?
The old girl is back.
The old girl is back. So, it's funny you say the old girl is back. They haven't ever actually seen it.
Have they not?
Ever. Yeah. So, there's like a couple of doors and stuff. Back when it was getting painted, there's a couple of doors, and people were like, oh, I'm sure that's a door off a T25 Devon. But here is a sneak little preview of another car on the channel that does need some work. Do you know anything about it? Can you tell them anything about it?
1989. It was a close.
Right, so no, sort of close, in the right era. But yeah, so this is actually a T25. It's a full Devon transporter van. Obviously it came out as a van and Devon have taken it over and converted it into a camper van. Completely original. It is a 1981, so it is the very last of the air-cooled. It is an air-cooled engine and it does need a little bit of work, so drop a comment down below if you are interested in that car, if you want to do a walk around and stuff like that. First job I need to do on it is replace all the fuel lines and stuff like that, fuel filters, fuel lines, and hopefully get it started. We had it running a little bit, didn't we? But it wasn't happy about it, and I think all the fuel lines are corroded. There's obviously some air getting in somewhere, and yeah, it's going straight to the carburetors, which aren't having the best time in the world. But yeah, there it is.
It'd be a good little video to do, like what does and doesn't work.
Do drop a comment down below if you do want to see some stuff on this van. We haven't really brought it onto the channel yet because I didn't think people would be interested in it, but yeah, it is a very cool van. I'll give you a quick look.
Talking about rusty things, these two old girls, these little honeys.
But yeah, the Beetle is obviously a bit of a long term. I'll give you a quick walk around of this. So obviously it is a 1981 on a W reg. It is a 2-litre air-cooled van on twin Weber carbs, and yeah, it is a 4-berth, so it's got like a pop top that folds up like that, 2 people up there, 2 people down below, and it has got a little bed and whatnot just in there, little water tank and all that sort of good stuff, little table that I made for it.
It's actually really good, that. I was impressed that you've done that.
Yeah, it's a good table, chuffed with that. But yeah, so drop a comment down below if you do want to see that van, or if you want to see the Beetle long term. That needs a lot of welding. It seems only right if we go see the Polo as well.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Sure you watched it?
Yeah, so I want to see if it's mouldy or not.
It's definitely going to be mouldy.
No, I cleaned it recently. So obviously this is the Mark II Polo. This is the car that started the channel and yeah, created everything from here. That's the door that I was telling you about that people saw when I'd been in here before. People were like, I'm sure that's the door for T25.
Lots of bits and bobs going on here.
Yeah, because there's not many doors that look like that, is there? But yeah, so that is the door from the transporter. I will run through everything we've had done on that van because it's had a lot, hasn't it? It's had a lot of stuff done. A lot of welding and stuff like that. No fun bits, to be honest, but yeah, a lot of welding. This is a little Polo. Again, it's one of those things where I literally just cannot afford to keep all these cars on the road. Insured, taxed, all that sort of stuff. But we will be getting this car out very shortly because again, there's been loads of people not only want to see your up, want to see this back on the channel as well. And I've got so many parts waiting to go for this, so yeah, be shame not to. Anyway, that's the Polo. Let's get back to the A3. So if you are new to the channel, this is my 2010 Audi A3 8P. It is the 170 TDI variant in a 3-door, and recently I've been putting off a couple of little jobs that I am going to be fixing today. So we've also got the A3, we've got the 911, we've got the camper van, the Beetle, Lauren's up. She's just decked herself, so she's sulking a little bit, and the Polo. So let us know what content you want coming soon, because there's plenty to do. But back to the A3, things that I need to do is, when I put this honeycomb grill on, which there is a video on if you want to go check it out, you can see the paint from the crash bar has started to chip away just behind it. So I'm going to be taking the full front bumper off, giving that a little bit of a hammerite. And then the other thing that is a very common problem on these A3s is these armrests start to split. I don't know how well you can see that, but I have already done this once. I did it when I first got the car, and 2 years later it is happening again. So I've got another armrest to put on the car. So yeah, we'll get that armrest on there. It hasn't done badly, it has lasted 2 years, but the first thing we're going to do is get this car up and get the front bumper off while, I don't know, are you going to go pet some sheep? Right, here we go. The bumper is really easy to come off. It's a couple of T25s, hold your arch lining in, and there's a little hidden 10mm behind it. Lauren was helping in her own way. But yeah, this is exactly the same on both sides of the car, and then once you open the bonnet, there's just 3 big torque screws that you need to get off. A few little bolts that hold the under tray to the front bumper, and you should be ready to remove it.
Cutie.
Just like that, the bumper's off. Right, there we go, the bumper is completely off the car, and this is what we're going to be sorting out, just all this little bit of silver. I think it is just because I spray painted it last time, and effectively when you jet wash your car it just comes off. So hopefully Lauren is going to be hammering that for me while I crack on with the next job. Is that right?
Yeah.
Right, so Lauren is well underway on hammering the front grille, which is very kind of her. You loving it?
Yeah.
Loving it. So I'm going to move around. I'm going to start focusing on doing the door card. So I'll whip this off. The only way, as far as I'm aware, to replace that armrest is by taking the whole door card off. It is screwed in from the other side. I'll show you as we're going through it, but yeah, so we'll get that sorted. And then hopefully with a new armrest, no more silver on the front, and I have cleaned it this morning, this car will be back to its former glory. So let's get cracking with this. So to take the door card off, the first thing you need to do is get a screwdriver behind this little bit of trim, and it should just pop off from there. There will be 3 little bolts behind this piece of trim, one here, and also one here just underneath the door. After you've undone those bolts, you will be able to just pop the door off. There's several poppers, and there's also 2 little torque screws that just hold the armrest onto the door card. You don't need to do this before you take the door card off, but you will need to do this to replace the armrest. Once you've done this, don't forget to just unhook your door handle, and there will be a little connector that you do just need to disconnect. Once you've got the door card off, it is all the tiny little torque screws that you see me undoing here, and the armrest should just pop off. Again, there is 2 little connectors that you do need to unclip. So there we go, we've got the armrest off, and as you can see, it comes off in a complete unit like that. This is the one with the little cracks in. It's not bad. The one that I took off previously was all repaired with gaffer tape and all sorts, but it's easy enough. I think this part was like literally a £5 or something like that for this armrest. It hasn't got any tears, no signs of wear or anything like that, so a £5 is absolutely fine. They obviously are different, 3-door to 5-door, so make sure you get the right one. But yeah, for £5, I'm happy to pay it and just get rid of those little tears. So it's exactly the same in reverse, so we'll chuck this back on, get back on with the car, see how Lauren's doing. How are you getting on there? What, are you on second coat? Yeah, spot on. That is looking much fresher, so I'll leave you to it. Good job. And let's get this armrest put back on the car. And that is the armrest completely done. Lauren has given the front like grille things a couple of licks of paint. We should be good to start sticking the bumper back together. This car isn't going anywhere for the rest of the day, so that will dry fully while the bumper is on, just sat here. It's a nice sunny day, so I hope, well, I say sunny, it's not sunny, is it? It's warm-ish. It's warmish, so yeah, that'll dry. It should be absolutely bob on and look miles better. So let's get that back on there.
A few moments later.
And there we go, looking much fresher. You can no longer see any silver, thanks to Lauren. Thank you kindly, good job. Or your car wash. But yeah, so that is looking much fresher, and obviously we've got the oh, nearly. And obviously we have got the new armrest, which is all nicely put in place as well. So yeah, if you do want to see more stuff on this car, then make sure to be dropping a comment down below what you want to see. I've had plenty of people saying wheel spacers, you know, splitters, stuff like that, but to be totally honest, I am in 2 minds of whether to sell this car. I sort of feel like I've come to the end of it. Obviously we've got the S3 bumper, stuff like that, de-wipered. We've had the wheels changed, new tyres, lowering springs, RS grille. We've done quite a bit. Sweeping indicators, silver mirror caps, all sorts of little bits. What do you reckon? Do you reckon I should keep it? Fog it on?
I do like it, and it is a comfy car, but I think it's time to move on and get something else.
Possibly time to move on. So yeah, let me know. A, do you want to see more? B, do you want to buy it? C, do I run it into the ground? Drop a comment below, because yeah, unfortunately the A3 has not been getting much love since there's been certain other things on the channel like that, and obviously I need to get the Polo back out as well. So hopefully you've enjoyed that video on the A3, getting it back on the channel. So many people have been asking where it is, what I'm doing with it, and a lot of this channel is obviously built on A3 content, so drop a comment, because because I am thinking about selling it, I can't lie to you. But I will do a couple more videos on the A3 in the weeks to come, because I do honestly think for the money this is probably one of the best cars that you can buy in terms of fuel efficiency, cost, looks, everything like that. But I'll cover all that in a future video. So for now, make sure you are subscribed. We've just passed 5,000 subscribers, which is pretty good, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
For working on cars in a field. If only they could smell how bad it was here. That's worth subscribe. Honestly, you have no idea. I know. There's flies, there's big piles of cow manure, there's all sorts of stuff rocking around here. So yeah, make sure you are subscribed. What else should you do?
Thumbs up.
Thanks for painting my car. Thumbs up. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.